Goodness. This is an interesting project. I can't really call it a speech because it really is more of a project to evaluate, because it's surreal and atypical for what we usually see here at Toastmasters. It asks how effectively you explained handling verbal criticism. And Jackie did a great job of that. You gave us several examples of ways that you can handle it that aren't terribly successful. And then the fourth method of handling it, of digging deeper, finding out what's behind the words, left us prepared for where you went when Steve came up and you acted out the scenario. It asks how we knew that you were listening to criticism with an open mind. You asked questions of Steve to gain more information. You asked if this was something that you always did. You talked about out in other situations where you interacted with Steve, and did you think this was an issue? Was it just Toastmasters? Those sorts of things. And then you turned Steve's concerns to praise for Steve's strengths, which I thought was very interesting. You diffused his anger by picking out things that he does well. At the same time, you let him know that you won't give him a candy-coated evaluation. If you feel like there are some ways he can improve, you're going to be honest with him. That was handled very well. Were you able to discuss a solution with the criticizer? Yes, you promised to do better in the future, but stay honest. And you did apologize to him as well for hurting his feelings, if that really happened. One suggestion that I might make for you for the future would be maybe to say, I'm glad you brought this to my attention. Can you give me a specific example? And then you could address that specific example to explain to him why, in that particular situation, you responded to him the way that you did. That might have helped him understand where you're coming from as a general rule. The only other suggestion, perhaps at the very end, after we had questions and answers, just a brief explanation, again, of why this is a good technique to use to handle criticism. Overall, a great job. That's a tough one to do, especially not knowing what Steve was going to come at you with. You handled it very well, handled it positively, and put him in his place.